Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my shop. Alright, welcome everyone. Hey, there's another Chevy now. Based on the views I got from that F-150 segment, whoo, Lord of mercy, I thought I'd better put some Chevy stuff back on. Well, anyway, welcome back to my shop. We're getting back on the Chevrolet here, this 1949 Chevrolet 3100 half-ton pickup. This will be part 6 of the PM series that I'm doing on this truck. And this will be part 2 of the brake job that I'm doing. Now, to get you caught up, if you're new to the channel, part 1, I did the Huck brakes on the front. I replaced the pads and I inspected the rears. In this segment, I'm going to repack the bearings. I'm going to inspect them and repack the bearings, make sure they're good and serviceable. I'm going to clean everything up. We're going to adjust the brakes, and then we're going to rotate the tires. So stay tuned and we're going to get busy. Okay, if you can see in there, there's the ball bearings, and then here's the outer seal here that I'm going to replace with the new one, but I'm going to match up before I start punching it out. So let's we'll get to it. Wider, this is. Alright. We're going to attempt to knock in that. Said I wouldn't do it. I guess that's what I should have done in the first place. I just so leery. You know, a lot of people upgrade to the Timken bearings. But there's nothing wrong with these bearings. These roller bearings here. So I'm going to stay stock. Well, I didn't realize my battery went dead, so I don't know at what point did it go dead. Anyway, here's my outer bearing right here, and it's the stock ball bearing, and there ain't a thing wrong with them. They roll good. There's no bad spots on them. I'm going to continue to use them. And I can't remember if you and here's the inner bearing here, the bigger, the larger inner bearing. Okay. Got qualms about keep your hands greasy. I would recommend Greasing the wheel bearings. So you don't have, you don't grease these like you do the Timken roller, Timken roller type bearings, because the most of the ball bearing is sticking out here. We can see it. Just pack it in there, and they roll. They'll get it. I hadn't greased this thing when I did the brakes 23,000 miles ago, I guess. So I think it's supposed to be greased. The grease checked for 10, but I'm not sure. And a little bit. Here's the new grease seal. Thank goodness he does seem to fit. Alright, got a 2x4 here. See if we can get him started better with that. There we go. Put a bag of grease around that seal. I want it on the contact side, not the outside. All right, there we go. Here's the outer race, well, the inner race. Look what condition that's in. Put some grease around. Well, he's going to run on them ball bearings. All right, put it down in there. And there we go. And I'm going to grease that too, where he rides on the spindle. He may or may not spin. But we're going to put some grease on him anyway. Just on the inside though, not on the outside. All right. These drums are hard to come by now, so take care with them. Now remember, I backed off those adjusting screws, so it's going to take some adjusting once I get the wheel back on. He should easily slide on. Alright, the drum's ready to go back on. See, he doesn't press on or anything, he just kind of rides on there. I guess he's like a, not real sure what his function is. Maybe I've done additional grease deflector. Don't go gorilla tight, but if you take it to as tight as you can go, and back it off to the next couple knot slot. Rug in here because of the air compressor. Right, see, it's coming off real easy, and if feels good. All right, here's your rear brakes. They're they're not, you know, most all your braking power, 3/4 of it comes from the front, so these don't even need anything. If anything, I'll adjust them. You can see from the thread here that they're not even out a whole lot. So we'll adjust them up. Your pedal, the firmness of your pedal, is actually determined by more by the rears than the fronts, which is kind of unusual considering how the fronts get the majority of the fronts have a slightly larger wheel cylinder. I used to know the sides. I got it wrote down. Maybe I'll post it up here. But yeah, the wheel cylinder is just slightly, it's like a 1/16 of an inch larger or a 32nd of an inch, one of those two. Slightly larger to where it'll have more braking power over the rear, because you want most of your braking power in the front. Another thing you want to look for on your rears is to make sure you don't have a seal leaking, any grease or oil. And we don't have a bit, not a hint of it. And if you look at my original, I did a video a while back. I'll link it to it up here at the top, where I replaced the parking brake cable assembly all the way back to the shoes here. All right. So we're going to put that drum back on. Like I say, that drum looks good. There's no ridge or war in it. Yeah, he looks good. I don't, there's no need to do anything to him. Now there's I'll show you something here. You see right here, there's a little divot, I guess you could call it, with a that you can knock a point in that will line up with this hole. I don't know if it's balanced to do that or what, but
You want to line them back up like that right there. And there we go. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put that put the wheel back on it, or put this front wheel back on it. Even though these are radials on the stock rims, they're basically the same size. They may be a hair taller, but that's all right because that lowers my let me see. That lowers my gear ratio a little bit, or raises it, makes it a little higher, so I can cruise at a little bit lower RPM. Now you don't want it too tight, but you don't want it too loose either. There you go. Starter key's getting really been out of shape. Yeah. There you go. That's how I want it. Still on. That is a little, that's chrome under it. Oh, look at that pitting. Oh my gosh. Get him, hurry and get him back on the road and get him feed that field day. Okay, I think I can set it up and I'll show you how to adjust this. All right, here's my cheat sheet. Imagine laying under the truck, looking at the driver's side left front wheel from the back, from underneath. The front or forward adjuster slot, the arrow's pointing up, so you turn the adjuster up to tighten the shoe out. The rear adjuster, you would turn it down to tighten it out. All right. And then it's just the opposite to loosen. All right, so if you got to loosen the brake shoes up in order to get the drum out, you would want to turn the front adjuster down and the rear adjuster up in order to loosen. All right, and you notice the rear on the driver's side or left side is the same, but you notice it's the opposite, the mirror image on the right side. So that's a cheat sheet I made up. So that way I don't have to spend too much of my limited brain power thinking about it when I'm thinking about other things when I'm working on it. So anyway, there you go. All right, we're going to adjust them. Remove these two plugs. All right. All right, now the front adjusts up to tighten, to expand them out. I'm gonna have to look, find it. Okay, right there. Okay. What I'm gonna do, it's still showing it. Okay. All right. You tighten it. I tell you, I have a better time with the screwdriver. I'm trying my new tool, my new brake tool. There. Tighten it out till it don't go anymore, till it don't spin. I loosened it up pretty good. You can hear it making contact now. little bit more. The book says tighten it. So you can't spin it. And that's just about it. Alright, and then to loosen it now, see now remember I'm turning it to where the wheel's rotating. You're looking at it from the front clockwise. Now I'm going to loosen it to where it'll spin a couple times. If I can find it. Like I say, I'm trying to break in a new brake tool, adjusting tool. Sorry if I'm blocking you, but it's the only way I can see what I'm doing. There. That's what I wanted. See that? It's making contact. But, alright, now, the rear one adjusts the opposite way. We bring him down. Let me see how I can put that right. Okay. We bring him down to tighten him. You see? Now, take him up just a hair. That's where I want it, right like that. You can hear them scraping a little bit, right? But it spins somewhat. That's what I want, right there. All right. Alright, put your dust caps back in. A lot of them probably won't have these. You can get them at the flaps or you can get them at a specialty store. But anyway, I'm not going to show it on this video, but I'm going to go ahead and get the other side done. And I'm also going to, while I got it up like this, I'm going to grease this whole front end and I'll show that in an upcoming. So anyway, that's how you do a brake job on a Huck brake on a 1949 Chevrolet pickup. Well, all right. This brings to a conclusion the brake and wheel bearing segments that is part of the preventative maintenance series I'm doing on this truck. Hope you found it useful. I had done the brakes before. I had totally redone the brakes on this truck, all the lines, everything, the wheel cylinders, master cylinder, hard, soft lines. And well, it's been about what, 6-7 years ago now, I guess. And well, I tended to have forgotten some of the shortcuts that I learned. So I guess I didn't record it, so I can at least go back and look at this recording now. So anyway, when you start getting some years on you, people start passing away on you. Family, friends, people that you think good of. I've been driving around listening to my Charlie Daniels CD, and he just passed away here recently, and I really like that fella. As far back as I can remember, I've been listening to his music. And that long-haired country boy, I mean, that's kind of like my
That was almost my theme song way back in the day. And there's been others still in Saigon. Well, anyway, I hope he's resting in peace, and I hope he's in heaven where he should be. You know, there's a whole lot of other people that are passing away, so I really hope to one day run into them all. So, anyway, we'll just close with, I hope you have a good one. And thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, or if you haven't put a like to the video, if you like it, well, you know, do that for me, and that'll help me out with YouTube, and it won't cost you a thing. Give me a comment. Otherwise, have a good one. We'll see you around, and we'll see you on the next one.